Here we are with the first game of a Grixis Shredder, or not Grixis, Izzet Shredders type of deck. We're playing some Ledger Shredder, we're playing Electrostatic Infantry, one of the new cards printed in Dominaria United. It says this gets bigger with every spell, whereas Ledger Shredder potentially only gets bigger with every second spell on a turn. So we'll play this out first. And if they got removal, they're probably going to need to spend it. Yeah, that's fine. Could have been worse for us. Looks like Strangle's going to be pretty bad here, so we'll eventually be able to discard that to big score. Delver of Secrets versus Ledger Shredder. We'll go with the Ledger Shredder here. And next turn, we can double spell. Hopefully we hit a land off the top. Maybe I'll sudden... Nope, doesn't matter. Graphene. Bummer. Let's see. If I had a second red source, I'd be able to kill this. No, I wouldn't, because it has ward. Let's see. Let's just go with Delver and Consider. Try to hit a land here. Get 3 looks, up to 3 looks with a of a land. Not in love with a Abrade here. And then we find an island. Perfect. Much rather have a second red source, but this is fine. No attacks here. No point in attacking. I'd rather block the Graphene. So, and then hopefully we hit another land off the top. That would be very nice, especially a red source. I don't think that this deck... Well, they could be. Archangel of Wrath. We'll go ahead and block just to prevent the damage. But then hopefully we get to get in for upwards of 6. Play Line of Binding. I feel like they should have done that before they attacked, because then they would have definitely got in for damage. But whatever. Obviously not reveal that. That does unfortunately enter tapped. But we'll play the infantry, because again that can grow. Next turn we'll be able to big score. We just gotta race this Graphene that is gonna grow every turn. So we've definitely got a task ahead of us. But if Delver flips and we're able to cast a couple of spells here, like, we're in decent shape. Let's see. Anything second main for your Graphene domain deck? Meat Hook X2 and we lose. I don't know that we can come back from this. Let's go ahead and get rid of this Strangle. We need something pretty insane here, and that's not it. I'll look at one more draw step, but I don't think that we have any shot here, unfortunately. Yeah, Zur will do it. Gives the Leyline Binding, turns into a 6/6 with lifelink and hexproof. We just can't deal with that. This hand could be decent, so we're gonna keep it. Electrostatic Infantry is pretty good. Okay, so it's a green deck of some sort. Mill a card, then if there are 3 more creature cards in your graveyard, transform. Okay, I'm not sure what deck this is. I haven't played against a card like this before, so interesting. Maybe it's right just to Strangle that right there. I don't know. I'd rather get the counter, obviously, on the infantry, but we'll see if that was a mistake. Opponent struggling here on their second land drop. Cryptic Control, not much of a control deck here, bud. Another Sprout, okay. And they get in for 1. We will just drop our infantry and say go. That's all we can do for the turn. On the right side, we'll be able to put a couple of counters on our creature next turn, so that feels very nice. And with Trample, we should be able to just outrace them unless they play something huge, like the new green Phyrexian dude that gives all your permanents Phyrexian mana instead of a Seiju. Yeah. So they've milled 3 lands so far. I don't know if that's good for them or bad for them. Deep Deathcap Glade. Green-black land. And they have the new Goyf. Its power toughness is equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. There are now 2 creatures in their graveyard. So we can actually get rid of this right now. Let's go ahead and consider. First, Lightning Strike is okay. I've already got the Cathartic Pyre. Maybe I want to use that to draw cards later down the road. We have Trample, so we might as well use our combat trick as a or our removal spell as a combat trick. Nothing. I pressed next too soon there. Oops. Missed 1 point of damage. Well, no big deal. I get to transform both of these into 3/3s. The beginning of your upkeep, exile a card from your graveyard. If it's a creature card, put a 1/1 counter on this guy. Okay, so we're just gonna have to kill those dudes before they get the opportunity to do that. So let's kill one here. That's an instant, so we don't have to do that at sorcery speed. I don't see why they wouldn't put a counter on the guy. Consider gives us 2 looks at a land. If we find a land, any land that... No, we just played a tap land. Never mind. We might as well get in for the damage here. They do get to channel that guy, but it's not a huge threat in terms of damage, so we may as well just get in for damage here. Important to note, opponent should be at 12, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. But all of their big threats are currently dead, and they have nothing. That's exciting. Do we need Delver to finish this game off? Let's see. Blue mana, so they're in Sulta. Interesting. Yeah, I'll take more blue mana. Let's just play Delver and Thirst for Discovery. Might as well do it now. Get in for as much damage as possible. They have something... I don't remember the name of the spell. Makes you pick up a dude. And they can kick it for black to put it on the bottom. That would be pretty bad for us. Okay, I have Trample, so you're not actually preventing any damage, but you do you, boo. Meat Hook Massacre in the bin. We're too big for a Meat Hook anyways. They have to deal with our infantry this turn or lose. And if there's an instant or sorcery on top, we get to flip Delver, play this guy, and potentially cast 2 instants and sorcery up to 3 realistically. So even if they can deal with 1 dude. Okay, so they lose. Good game. Unless they can gain life here. Ooh, a 4/4. Okay. Start with this because this increases our power and gives us a counter. And if we find another instant or sorcery, do we have the mana for that? We do not. Graveyard. Another land. Okay, well, we'll get in for 5 here. Put the opponent to 2. Alright, what do you got, Mr. Opponent? We're just gonna hold these. No reason to... Oh, our deck caps out at big score, and we're only running like a few copies of that, so we don't even necessarily need a bunch of those. Thirst for Discovery does it here, because they don't have reach. This hand doesn't have any creatures, so we're going to pitch it. This one does, so we're going to keep it, and we're going to put back 1 Abrade. And then both of these always enter the battlefield tapped. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of good dual lands, and that is a bit of a bummer for this deck. Looks like we're probably going up against... Oh, Bant something? Interesting. Another Ledger Shredder is kind of exactly what I'm looking for. Let's go to combat first. I'm not casting 2 spells this turn, unless they flash something in that I'm strangling. If they have... What's it called? Counter target spell unless the controller pays 2, casualty 1. Can't remember the name of the card right now. We always get countered there. Okay. Oh, so they're a double spell deck too. Gotcha. Alright, we're definitely going to get rid of that. Smoldering Egg here is pretty nice. Because it lets us double spell no matter what. And it's going to be pretty good for us here. If they can phase this out, we might be in rough shape. Yeah, okay. That's, it'll be rough, but at least we get to double spell here. Our removal is quickly going to be outclassed by that card. Let's get in for 3. And then hopefully we draw something that draws us cards. Would be nice. Ivy. Whenever player casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy, you may copy that spell. Copy targets Ivy. That's absurd. That's absurd in this deck. Like, I think we need the Thirst more than we need the Electrostatic. And yeah, don't want that land. Yeah, that's absurd right there. Wow. Nice. Andy Knives. He's dealing 8. No blocks. Yep, we'll take 8. And you have Vigilance. Like a jerk. Let's go ahead and Thirst here. Hopefully we find a 1-drop. Like a Strangle would be nice. Nothing but lands. That's absurd. But at least we get to double spell. Yeah, at least we get to double spell here. So that's nice. Okay. We get to beat the Ivy in combat if they block. And then we really need, like, consider effectively. We could just be dead on this next turn. But I don't think we can afford to not block. Or rather, I don't think we can afford to block. I think we have to go on the offensive here. We're up. Okay, so they get to kill a Ledger Shredder. How do we win? We win by chaining a bunch of draw spells. That's literally the only thing we can do here. Security bypass. Can't be blocked. Whenever deals combat damage. Oh my goodness, it creates copies of auras? That's absurd! Okay, and they just have lethal. That looks like a lot of fun. This hand is slow, but fine. I don't think we can afford to mulligan it. So we'll keep it, and I think we'll just lead with the infantry when we have enough mana to play it, and then Ledger Shredder the turn after, and go from there. Okay, I've played against a white-black deck before. Don't know what it is necessarily. Cut down, yeah, you got it. I'd rather that be cut down than my Ledger Shredder, personally. Let's see, land? No land. I think we have to Ledger Shredder here. Because if we ever get to double spell, we start winning the game. But there's a chance that they just kill it right here. Fateful Absence or another cut down. Rite of Oblivion. Yeah. And Exile's not a big deal for our deck. Second Ledger Shredder is nice though. Kind of stuck on 3 lands. We really optimally want 4 or 5 lands is where this deck wants to be. Another cut down. Okay, they're just going through all their removal. Like, could be worse for us realistically. Another Smoldering Egg. Well, we'll definitely play the egg out. It's a lot slower than the Ledger Shredder or the Dwarf Wizard, but it blocks. Well, they're going through all their removal, at least. They Hey, second land. That's what I'm talking about. This is an instant, so we don't have to play that right away. Or we could play the Balmor? Sure. We'll play the Balmor. And then next turn, we can potentially cast a couple of spells. Get this close to flipping. See what the opponent has here. If they have more removal, I'm going to be sad. But these white-black decks tend to play a lot of removal. My goodness. Just all the removal. It's kind of ridiculous. Let's see. If we hit a land, we're in good shape. Kind of want to guarantee I can play 2 spells. I'm gonna go ahead and Cathartic Pyre here, and we'll discard both these Thirst for Discoveries. They have to have a creature in order to Rite of Oblivion, right? Sacrifice a non-land permanent. Well, hopefully they don't have another non-land permanent and they have to sacrifice like the Wedding Festivity if they want to get rid of our Smoldering Egg. Plus this cost 4, so they need a 1-drop. Edgar. What do you do, Edgar? There's no way they sacrifice the Edgar to get rid of a Smoldering Egg, right? No chance. Let's see. What do you got? This flips, that's pretty bad for us too. If they attack, we're just taking 5 for sure. No blocks. Yeah, no thank you. What do you got? 1 drop. Killer dude. What are you sacrificing? Edgar, yeah. Unfortunate. Does this make them at the upkeep? Upkeep, okay. Let's start putting counters on our dude. Strangle, okay. Well, unfortunate that we drew Strangle. I get 2/2 with lifelink. When Edgar flips, they're 3/3s. But we do have removal to deal with these tokens. They have another Rite of Oblivion. I'm gonna lose my mind. Evolved Sleeper. Yeah, that's fine. No black mana. I could just remove both of these now, but I'd rather save this to discard cards potentially. Ooh. Big score's not bad here. Let's pop this off. We'll keep the Strangle because it's 1 mana. Wandering Emperor. I don't know why you're doing that now.
But I want to end.
That's a weird time to do that, I think. So goodbye. Yeah, you definitely oopsed. I don't know why you did that in the order you did that, friend. No thank you. Another one on top. And then this way they can't minus to exile our dude, even if it survives. But we do need instants and sorceries at this point, because we are all out. Another Edgar. That's scary. That's very scary. Why did you set a stop? Do you have Path to Exile? No? Path to Exile is not in Standard? Weird. Couple of counters. No thank you. Jeez. I think we're on defense, right? Like, we can't realistically attack here. And the fact that they have the Edgar loop is pretty bad for us. Yep, cut down as a great card. Welcoming Vampire. Okay. Okay, pass the turn. We can't do anything. Unfortunately. I don't think we're gonna be able to win this one. We'll see what they do. They know they can't attack. Maybe they have some kind of removal. Maybe they just want to gain life. Either way, I'm blocking one of the 3/3s here. And if they're able to deal with my dude, they're able to deal with them. And there's nothing we can really do about it. Okay, draw a couple of cards. I think they're looking for black mana. Okay. Interesting. Big Score is a good card. We're gonna need to hit Gas. Abrade Ledger Shredder. Well, Abrade is an instant, so maybe we can trick them into blocking with... No, we have to block, right? So getting it for 4. Yeah, we're kind of just dead. This is bad. This is very, very bad. I don't know how we win this one. We don't have any life gain. Okay, so we're gonna block, block, block. 3 blocks. Abrade. The unblocked 3/3. Get another 1/1 counter. That unfortunately is meaningless. We're just dead on the crackback and they gained 6 life. Oh, we're just dead? Yeah, this hand is fine. Go ahead and lead with our tap land. And Grixis, okay. So they're probably playing a ton of removal, unfortunately. Blood Tithe Harvester. Do we just kill the Blood Tithe Harvester? I don't think so. If they want to remove it, they can. Fable is a bummer. Okay. Well, they want to kill it. Alright, they do. We will infantry again and say go. If they decide to attack, we can consider at instant speed and eat the goblin. They choose to keep all the cards in their hand. That's scary. A second Fable. That's brutal. Pretty bad. Okay, well, we'll block. And consider. Put a counter. And do you have removal? Yep. No, not technically removal, but we don't get to kill their goblin. Ledger Shredder. I like Ledger Shredder here. Smoldering Egg. Smoldering Egg blocks better for a turn. Sure. The sooner we can flip it, the better off we are, realistically. I think Delver is the weakest card in our hand. Could have been the land, but it is a second red source, and we are kind of desperately in need of another red source here. Okay, they get to flip. We do have Lightning Strike, so we get to take care of the reflection of Kiki Jiki, at least. And they choose to keep all the cards in their hand again. Rough. Tainted Indulgence. Good card. I like that card a lot. What did they discard? Swamp. They can get it for combat if they want to, but they're not getting in for damage. They're just making 2 treasures. Okay. Don't want Otawara here. We want the rest of these cards. They get to get in for 2. But we're kind of turning it around? Question mark? First for discovery. So I think we have to lightning strike this reflection of Kiki Jiki. The question is, do we big score and then lightning strike? I don't think so. I don't think that's necessarily worth. So we'll just do this. And then say go. If we ever get to flip this into a dragon, that'll be pretty good for us. The hell are you? Have target spell activated ability, destroy target thing, and a controller draws a card. Okay. Alright. It's rough. And this can only copy non-legends, so at least we have that going for us, right? Let's see. Surprised they didn't want to save the reflection of Kiki Jiki. Evelyn. Okay. Cathartic Pyre and Tainted Indulgence. So anything we play can die. This is rough. I think we have to Abrade to get rid of the reflection. Can't really allow that to sit on the battlefield and just copy things, but we're in bad shape. This is gonna be a rough one. Yep, Cathartic Pyre kills our dude. We're taking 5/9 damage with no real way to impact the board. Rough. Are we just dead on board? Next turn we can block 3 and take 6. Yeah, we're just dead. This deck is rough with all the tap lands, frankly, but we'll keep this hand. We get to flip Delver. We're in good shape. I know Delver never flips, but, you know. Gotta hope, right? Let's go. What do you got? Anything good? 2 forests. Beautiful forests. Orion Beastcaller. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. When it dies, distribute its counters. Yeah, we will reveal Strangle, and we will Strangle. And then we will get in for 3. Okay, we might be able to win a game. Look at that. We got another Strangle for the next dude they play. Hopefully we had a land. Land would be nice. Jewel Thief. 3 mana, 3/3 Vigilance Trample. Make a treasure. 2 mana, 3/3 Vigilance Trample is what that reads. That's pretty frickin' good. I mean, it doesn't get to survive, but maybe we want to be in black. I don't know. If you have any suggestions for how to improve this deck, please leave them in the comments below. I think this deck could be a lot of fun, and currently it's just not doing what it needs to do. Let's do this, do that, counter, attack, they go. I mean, we have flying, so as long as they don't have reach, we might be in okay shape here. I also think the Smoldering Egg might be bad. Like, it's too slow, if that makes any sense. Another Korean Beastcaller for 1 mana. They paid the life, that's interesting. I don't know if I would have done that. They paid the life again. Thank you for the trigger. We will get rid of land here. We like drawing cards. Yeah, we like drawing cards. Ulven Walled Oddity. Can't flip it. Get in for not lethal. No blocks. And then you're dead on the crackback? That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they just knew they were dead, but we'll take it. This hand is mediocre. We'll take it. Start with a Delver of Secrets. If we get to flip it early, we might be okay. You know, it's kind of where this deck lies. Is can you flip Delver? Decline. I'm not. I am gonna play the Ledger Shredder this turn. I don't know if that's right. It's a nice island. Oh, and it has something. That might be a consider. Get in for one here. Say go. Fading Hope. Could have been worse for us, realistically. Let's see. Another island. We will decline to reveal that. Let's see. Play our land. Ledger Shredder. Second Delver of Secrets. Trigger. Another tapped land. I'll take the tap land that gains me 1 life, I guess. And get in for 1. And next turn we get to double spell again if we want to. Spectral Adversary. Okay. Alright. Some kind of mono blue flash deck. Delver of Secrets. Yep. Trigger. Please. Reveal. It is double revealed. We're not going to cast that just yet here. We need to get rid of the Spectral Adversary, so we're going to attempt that here before combat. I don't want it trading with either of our creatures. Alright, that's fine. We will consider what is happening. I'd rather have a 3-mana draw 3. Strangle's fine. We'll keep that on top. Going for 8. And we're doing okay. Okay, they have a Spell Pierce. Not worried about Spell Pierce very much. Haughty Djinn has Flying. Well, now I'm worried about the Spell Pierce because I want Strangle to resolve, and I also want to cast Ledger Shredder. Don't think I can cast Ledger Shredder. I think we're on defense here. Maybe I just Ledger Shredder and then Strangle next turn, because I block fairly well. Or I cast the Strangle anyways to get rid of the Spell Pierce so that Inspired Idea resolves next turn. Sure. We'll let this get Spell Pierced. That's fine. We get the Connive trigger, which is what's really important here. I'd rather draw 3 cards and then no attacks. Now we trade. We eat with Ledger Shredder. Another Djinn. Okay. Let's draw 3 cards. All right, perfect. Abrade is nice. Yeah, let's actually. Do I want to do this in combat? Or do I just want to play Balmor here and then try and go off next turn? Yeah, let's do that. Let's try and go off next turn. To Connive twice. And then they're the same card, but Cathartic Pyre is better. No attacks. And then we'll just swing out next turn. And they are pretty much screwed, so. Yeah, let's swing out and see how they block. Alright. So those are blocks. 3 and 6, so get to kill everything and get in for a bunch. So let's start with Consider. Strangle is an instant. Not an instant, rather. 4, 7. 3 damage to you. Knife a couple of times. Gotta get rid of these lands because I like the spells. A lot of lands, my goodness. And then might as well do this, and that's lethal. Cool. Felt good. So a bit of a shorter one here today. This is the deck list. I'll post it in the description. We are running effectively 16 creatures in our spells list, and I'm not sure that Smoldering Egg should be in the list, but I also don't want to go to too few creatures. Balmor felt like fine. Giving +1/0 and trample to all of our dudes came in pretty clutch in that last game, and it led to lethal. But only giving +1/0 until end of turn isn't nearly as strong as getting a 1/1 counter or conniving off of these. And then the reason we're playing the Ledger Shred or the Delver of Seekers, of course, is because we just need to have a 1-drop on 1, and having 12 1-drop or potential plays on turn 1 is much better than having 8. So Delver of Secrets also just very good when it flips. You know, you're potentially attacking in for 3 on turn 2. That's evasion. And then as far as removal, we got Strangle, Abrade, Lightning Strike, and then Cathartic Pyre, which acts as both removal or as card advantage. The rest of our card advantage packet is Consider, Inspired Idea, Thirst for Discovery, and Big Score. Inspired Idea, I think, is okay in this type of deck because our curve is low enough that having a maximum hand size of 4 isn't really going to impact us too heavily in the long term of the game. We just need to like draw those cards and bash in and kill our opponent. The deck feels very strong when you have Delver or Ledger Shredder or Electrostatic Infantry on turn 2. Otherwise, you're pretty much going to lose the game. 22 lands here, a bunch of tap lands, unfortunately, but that's just the mana base we have right now. We need a couple more sets to come out before we get better mana base. No big deal. So yeah, that's the list. If you like it, leave a comment. Hit the sub button if you want to see more videos like this. Appreciate you for watching. Thank you very much and have a nice day.